Um, Buenos dias, good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here with you in this such important forum organized by UNDRR in the RISE initiative. Thank you again for the invitation. As UNICEF, we are glad to be able to participate and to be able to put the children's voice in that conversation. I'm Romain Sibyl, Regional Corporate Alliance Specialist for UNICEF based in Panama. What I'd like to talk to you about today is how we can engage with business around preparedness and emergency. But before, I just wanted to quickly review or share with you, for the one that doesn't know UNICEF so well, what we do. No? And UNICEF basically has the mandate to advance rights of children. We work that in 5 priorities globally. The first one is education, so every children learns from the first day until they finish their education. Every child is protected from violence and exploitation and has the capacity to be also attended when being a victim. Every child has a fair chance in life, so we work a lot on creating the ecosystem to ensure equity for all children. Every child live in a safe and clean environment, so that's actually getting quite some traction, climate change, but also water and sanitation, and how we make sure that all children can live in that environment. And finally, every child survive and thrive, so how we can make sure that children have fulfilled their right to health and to nutrition. Why business and what we do with business? UNICEF has today a very holistic vision of business, and we want to see business in all its complexity and in all its richness. So we see business, of course, as a provider of goods and services to the population we attend, but also as an employer where parents and young people can be working. We see also business for its impact in the community, positive impact, but also sometimes the negative impacts on which we can work together. Business as a source of technology and innovation. We want to be innovative. We want to invent the solutions children and their family needs, and we want to be doing that with you. And finally, business as a voice in politics that can help UNICEF push some key policy in the region, but also as a voice to the population and how we can together better communicate. So when we engage with business, we see business as a potential support for UNICEF's program. So business can finance the program. We see the business practices, how we can together improve your practices to make sure they respect and they promote children's rights. Business as an advocate, as I explained already, and how we can leverage together your core assets and for children and for reaching the SDGs. Today, I want to be talking to you about this initiative, Business and Community Children Resilience. One of our regional priorities is climate, environment, and disaster risk reduction in humanitarian action. So there is quite a momentum today where we see each time more children at risk. UNICEF published a few weeks ago the Climate Risk Index, where we can see both the risk and the capacity of the countries and where children are more at risk. Broad consensus today of the importance in the SDG 17 of collaboration of business and all the potential actors to reach the SDGs. And finally, through the last 2 years and through the COVID crisis, we have seen business accelerating its will to be contributing on a sustainable way. So UNICEF will, in that debate, help prioritize these actions that children most need. So make sure that we attend the needs of children, align UNICEF's priority with other UN agencies and with DRR agencies. So we are trying to work also at the collaboration level with all the relevant actors, promote the participation of business, create these spaces where we can together collaborate before. And we want to work as much in preparedness as possible, and then during and after the emergencies, and finally provide support when we require to all the actors willing to work in that space. Few strategies to illustrate where business is calling, where UNICEF is calling businesses to engage. No, and for example, before the emergencies in preparedness, making sure that the education, the health, the wash infrastructure that children use are resilient and will will not be affected or the less possible during the emergency. Doing climate resilient schools, in that regards, also independent schools that can have solar panels and their own wash facilities, etc. Also making sure, and we are doing that also quite a lot, but make sure that we can communicate to populations before, during, and after the emergencies with mobile operators, but other actors also that can reach the population with us. During the emergency, for examples, shelters, working with the hospitality industry. That's not new, but we want more of this to make sure that all children at risk can find a shelter during the emergency, providing safe water, nutrition, together with business as well. And the immediate response, UNICEF, as you know, is an emergency agency. That's part of our name and our mandate. We try to put all the supplies that children and family needs as soon as possible on the grounds, and we do that with business as well. It requires a lot of effort, and we want to collaborate with you. But also provide safe spaces for children, for example. Maybe you don't know, but until a child can come back to a regular place like a school, or at least a safe place, the emergency is not finished for them. So we really want to be fast on the ground to provide these safe spaces, and then as soon as possible schools, so children can get back to normality. Big data gathering, also working on digital education when we can't bring children to school. And finally, in the long term, we close the loop, and we really try to, as we're doing in Haiti today, collaborating with government to make sure that the reconstruction is resilient, is focused on children rights, and make sure that this is not going to happen in the same way again. Few examples, working with Facebook in Sika to gather data and identify as soon as possible where the focus on infection were, and make our intervention more opportune. We have a standby agreement with Avianca and other airlines that can send the supplies that we need in the emergency places. Same thing for last year, in the response for COVID, we collaborated with the private sector to create new hand washing stations that were more ad hoc, but also more affordable, to make sure that we can provide hand washing stations everywhere where it's needed for children and their families. And finally, another example, response to Dorian, provide digital education to children that couldn't come back to school. Meanwhile, they can go back to school, make sure that they can keep with the education, because that's the normality we want to provide them as soon as possible after any emergency. So that's all for me today. It's a call for all of you, all the business in the region, to collaborate. UNICEF needs us to be organized, needs us to be prepared, and we'd be very happy to be collaborating with all of you in that regard. Have a nice day and a nice conference, and thank you again for the UNDR team to invite us.